Retribution Paladin in Pandaria PvP. Retribution is one of those classes that is always at least decent, but usually just decent or like pretty good. Pandaria is no exception. I would probably put it in like A tier, S tier being the best, A tier being slightly worse, but still highly viable. And that's especially if this Retribution Paladin is played correctly and not just as a DPS class, but also a supporter, a healer. Yes, your Word of Glory isn't as overpowered as it was on Cataclysm, where it had 10-second cooldown and it could bring people from 20% to 100 if it crit. Now it's more of a sustained healing, but it only has literally global cooldown, so 1.5 second cooldown is nothing. You can literally spam it as long as you have enough holy power to use it. And then you have your flashes of light that are boosted and that can actually heal people pretty well. They aren't usable as much, but that instant heal really helps a ton in case you're using the selfless healer talent. Then you have your Fist of Justice. Most people are running this talent for 30-second cooldown on your Hammer of Justice, but you could also possibly run Repentance. It is casted though, or Churn Evil to fear everyone. Again, casted, but I mean having a fear as a paladin, pretty OP in my opinion. So if you want to play a more crowd control based class, you could go for Repentance with 15-second cooldown, which is literally like nothing. Or Churn Evil, that has also 15-second cooldown. Many options in Pandaria on how you can play your class. A little bit of mobility with Long Arm of the Law, but paladins have never been known for their mobility, and Pandaria unfortunately doesn't change that much. They still do a decent amount of damage, especially burst, but if you don't want it to be as bursty as it should be with, let's say, Holy Avenger or Sanctified Wrath every 2 or so minutes, you could go for Divine Purpose, make it a little more spread across the entire fight with your rotation, damage, or healing through Divine Purpose procs, but it's also a lot more RNG. Probably the best composition in 2v2 is with a Hunter, Marksmanship Hunter ideally. That can go super high, and it's also one of the very few viable double DPS comps in Pandaria, because most people want to play with healers. Unfortunately, I know it's gay, but I didn't come up with it. Decent in 3v3, the regular comps with priests, hunters, rogues, basically anything that kind of has more crowd control, because that's usually what paladins lack. And then you complement it with your Fist of Justice, your support, healing, and all this. Yeah, so a really good pick. It's not an overpowered spec or anything, but you'll do fine as a Retribution Paladin, trust me. And it's definitely my go-to in Pandaria, and probably will be the first thing that I level to max level once Pandaria Classic hits. Let me know what you think about Retribution Paladin Pandaria. Do you think I should roll a different class instead? Thanks for watching. Like the video, comment, subscribe, share, and whatever the YouTubers normally say. And I'll see you. Pandaria is coming.